bless you all, brothers and sisters. I testify to give the honor and glory to the Lord. The Lord in past prophecies had announced to me that he was going to be giving me dreams, that I had to be obedient with what he was instructing me. And this is how a while ago I was very lazy. I was lazy about praying, and I would pray laying down in bed. And this is how I had a dream with Sister Maria Luisa. And she told me, Sister, I've been waiting for you. The Lord wants you to know that this is not how you should pray. You have to humble yourself before the Lord. And I felt like she was giving me a reprimand, and she would tell me, is this clear, sister? And I said, yes, sister, this is clear. And this is how the Lord gave me another dream in which he showed me in this beautiful dream how I had to be baptized in water. I was very rebellious at the time. I was very afraid of it. And the Lord said, I will give you this dream and you shall be very obedient. And this is how a day later I had this dream, and I understood that I had to be baptized in water. The next day I came to church, and it was a surprise for me to see how the teaching that night was about the baptism in water. So I didn't hesitate, and I put my name on the list, and I was baptized in water. As well, the Lord would tell me in prophecy that he was going to be protecting my life. This is how I need to commute from my town to the city to be able to congregate. And I was with my husband, and he was driving, and we were coming and to church, and a car came in front of us, and we were going to a high speed, but my husband did his best to avoid the crash, but the car still crashed into us, and it was on my side. The impact was on my side. My husband would look at me and say, you have nothing happened to you. And I would say, no, I'm okay. I had peace and tranquility in that difficult time. Everything was like such fast speed, but I wasn't afraid. It was like nothing happened. And I testify this to give the honor and glory to the Lord.
Like the fleeting hours of a day that suddenly pass by, all the happiness and hope that gleam in this world and then die.
I would like to testify that the Lord in prophecy said to me that I would be receiving many presents at my house, and his promise has been fulfilled, and that he would also be fulfilling many desires of my heart. And brothers and sisters, a few days ago, I testified about how the Lord made me a promise in which he would be giving me descendants through one of my children, and his promise has been fulfilled. And even though the doctors said to my son that they should consider terminating the pregnancy because the baby had a certain medical condition, but I prayed to God, and I said to God, this is your promise, Lord, and I know that I'm before a living God that can do everything and that can heal the baby from Down syndrome, and his promise has been fulfilled because the baby does not have Down syndrome, and I give the honor and glory to God.
Brothers and sisters, good afternoon. May God bless you. I testify that the Lord told me through prophecy approximately 8 years ago that he will be allowing me to experience difficult moments in my health, that I should not question, to be patient, to pray, to prepare myself, and to go diligently to the doctors. Within 3 months, my health began to deteriorate. Internally, my body was suffering. In medical tests, they found that a gland in my brain was very altered. It should be at levels of 1929, and it was at 283. At that moment, they urgently took me to have an MRI, and they found that I had a brain tumor. A year ago, when they opened the church again, the Lord spoke to me again in prophecy and told me that he has healed me, that he has delivered me. Brothers and sisters, these were very difficult times. The medication was very strong. The pain in my body was unbearable. I clung to the Lord. If it hadn't been for the Lord, I don't know how I would have endured so many difficult situations. And not only my health, but the Lord at that time prepared me for Him, for His service. He changed me. He freed me. He gave me life. He renewed me. And that's how, through His promise, and after He told me that He has healed me, I went again to the doctors, trusting in the promises of the Lord. And the doctors were surprised because they told me there is no longer a tumor. The levels now are normal. This is a true miracle. Brothers and sisters, I testify this to give glory and honor to the Lord.